Salutations, loyal listeners! Emily Campbell here, back again for yet another interview. This elimination stirred up quite the drama and pulled some heartstrings. So let's pluck at those strings, shall we? Give it up for everyone's favorite gothic icon, Tristan!
Wow, quite the intro.
In high spirits, I see.
I mean, I'm okay. I'm just really gonna miss them.
Tristan, it's been like 15 minutes.
Yeah, but 15 too many, right?
Well, let's just get into the dirty deeds. You seem to try and avoid conflict a lot while here, so I'm wondering, why did you join a show like this then?
Well, for the vibes. I've said that before.
Yeah, but you can get vibes anywhere. I'm asking you your reason for being here specifically. You've never given one.
I mean, do you really need a big reason? Everyone's here to win the money, right?
Right. Well then, what would you have done if you had won the money?
Well, I mean, I've sort of played with the idea of eventually making my own clothing brand. That kind of takes a lot of money.
Huh, interesting. You know, now that I think about it, for being a fashion student, you don't talk about that very often.
Yeah, well, I'm only 1 year into college, so something like that is a little far off. But, it's still really important to me. Fashion was the first thing that really helped me express myself. And I know this industry is harsh, but I'd like to think maybe I could make it less so. To create a pocket where clothing isn't just used to set a standard, but rather as an asset for individuality. I would love for more people to find that feeling too.
Wow, hiding all that passion under all that makeup. Guess it isn't for show after all. That does remind me, the fans also had a lot to say about your outfits this season.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they did. But, they should probably know I don't design everything I wear.
Yeah, people were really dragging you for that swimsuit choice.
I mean, I don't think it was that bad. But, yeah, I mean, it goes to show that there needs to be more options out there. I mean, preferably, I would have worn a swim binder, because I definitely had to wear trans tape under that one. But, man, I'm kind of surprised. People really thought I designed that? Oh, my heart. My gothic touch! Erased!
Oh boy. Well, safe to say that you had a hand in the musical outfits then, huh?
Definitely. That's much more up my alley.
Quite the skill set. Speaking of which, I would argue you were quite the threat. Good at challenges and social game? You held your own.
Oh, thanks. I guess I do have a bit of an eccentric taste in hobbies. My friends call me the Tristan of all trades.
Cute.
But yeah, I mean, I wanted to hold my own. I think coming in as the youngest player, people assumed I wouldn't be as useful.
Which is funny, because you had a rivalry with the oldest contestant. Thoughts on Richard?
Oh, I love that guy. I mean, wish we got more opportunities to face off. He seems like he'd be a dope mentor. And I really wanted my moment of, student besting the master. But who knows? Maybe, I'll get a chance one day. Shoot my shot.
Speaking of shooting your shot, I have to ask about Benji.
Benji?
I mean, we're not blind. You two were practically bawling in each other's arms as you left. Seems like you were close, yeah?
I mean, yeah, Benji's really cool. He's probably the most genuine person I've ever met. And we like so much of the same stuff, like music, cosplay, video games, art. It was just nice to connect with someone on that level.
Any stories about that?
Actually, yeah. Back before we kind of became friends, I think he noticed I have a habit of collecting stuff around camp. Rocks, pine cones, cool sticks, that kind of stuff. Anyway, one day when I was just talking to Ivy, he came up to us and, without a word, hands me a crow's nest. Like, dude, do you know how big a crow's nest is? Oh, you should have seen Ivy's face. Anyway, I thought it was a really sweet gesture. After that, we just started hanging out more, collecting stuff by the shore, talk, that kind of thing.
Sounds like the wannabe superhero came and swept you off your feet. Is that what sparked the little crush?
Crush? What? That's crazy. What? Putting labels on things a little, aren't we?
That's not an answer, Tris.
Right. Well, I wish we would have had a bit more time together. I mean, maybe then we could have... It's just not how things panned out. Still, I'm really rooting for him. I know he can get a lot farther than what people think. So, to quote one of his faves, believe it.
And you're also rooting for Ivy and Zayd too. I actually wanted to ask, what made you gravitate to those two so much? You didn't branch out for weeks.
I mean, we clicked immediately, so that helps. But maybe it was just because everyone was kind of pairing up. Maybe that was some of it? Or, I don't know. I guess, if I'm being honest, Ivy and Zayd felt, different than the friendships I've had before. Something,
Familial?
Yeah. That. I mean, I hope I'm not reading too much into it, but I guess it just kind of felt like a real family. And I'd really like it if we could all still be in touch after this is all over.
Real family. That's sweet. So the conversation you had with Ivy, you meant what you said about build a family?
I did. I don't actually have any siblings, but I guess when I think of what that would be like, I think of Ivy. She really looked after me, even from day one. She'd check up on me after challenges, she'd help me put my ponytail up in the morning. She was always super overprotective. And, with Zayd, he really went out of his way to comfort me, even if most of the times we were just, like, joking around. So, I honestly don't have a word for it, but I guess he's kinda somewhere between being like the Zuko to my Aang and the Impa to my Link. Yeah! I guess I've never really had that with anyone before. I'm gonna miss the nights where Ivy would set up sleeping bag forts for us, and we'd all tell stupid ghost stories together. You know, it was warm, and we'd all just doze off. Guess the nights are gonna be colder now.
But what about your actual family? How do you think they'll react?
I think airing out your dirty laundry on public television will always bite you in the ass. It was a stupid decision. One that I stand by.
Tristan, do you have a place to go back to after the show?
I think I need to get going. Emily, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for the interview. I really appreciate the questions. Bye.
Wait, but Tristan, there's still time. Okay. Tune in next time where we catch up with the next falling star. Ta-ta! No, seriously, are they okay or...